This is a review of Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. Introduction. What is this game about? So this game is about two brothers who set out for a grand quest to save their father, who became ill. It's not really explained why he became ill, but anyway, he became ill, and the only source apparently to save his life would be the water of life, which is in a far, far land. The two brothers clearly don't know which way they are going, so they have to search for help on the way to find the correct direction. So this game is set actually in a very gritty, dark fantasy world that gets sadder and darker as you progress. You progress through many diverse landscapes, such as underground cities habited by trolls, battlefields of dead giants, ruins of mighty castles, or dark forests. So what's amazing in this game is actually the interaction that the two brothers have with its world, its NPCs, the characters that you meet. It's actually really funny to see one character, one of the brothers, going to one NPC and then the other, and you see that the same person reacts differently to the two boys depending on their age, and depending on their attitude. So the setting is actually really good. It was just a bit unexpected for me to see how the beginning of the game is and how it progresses. It's really going from a very cheerful, very bright, very nice, easygoing game to quite a dark themed, dark toned game that really dwells into quite mature themes of loss, of war, of famine, and all those bad things that befall people when society around them collapses. So overall, I would say that the setting is excellent and it really gives the game a very good setup. Mechanics. How does this game work? So I played through the Steam version with an Xbox 360 controller. I highly recommend to get a controller for this game, as the left stick controls the bigger brother and the right stick the smaller brother, and each of them has also an action button. And what is amazing that you are basically controlling simultaneously these two characters and you interact with the world simultaneously, and it's quite nice. It's a very different sort of experience that you normally have with the other games. The game itself is actually on the easy side. I would not call it difficult at all. I think I had to restart 2 or 3 puzzles because I didn't control that, but it's quite an easy game. As just mentioned, it's actually a puzzle game. It's not. I wouldn't even call it a puzzle game like in the sense of Portal or the Swapper. I would just say it's like a small journey game with some small puzzles where you have to small things, but it's not really the focus. And similar to this, there's also very few enemies in the game. This game is not about the enemies, and it's really not about the puzzles. It's about just the journey. Art. How does this game look and sound? So this game looks absolutely beautiful. The graphics is just astounding, like really. What is also very nice that how they managed to make these sometimes horrible places just beautiful with their water animation, with the animation of blood, the animation of the wind, how the leaves interact with the world, and it's also just fantastic how the two boys are animated. It's actually, you cannot understand them because they speak a gibberish language, and nevertheless, because of their facial animation, their expressions, their body movement, you actually think that you can understand what they are saying and what they think. And I would say this is just absolutely fantastic. The sounds are really bright in this game. They are really good. They really convey always what they're supposed to. They're not overdone. They're just perfect. They're really perfectly suited for this game. However, despite my really admiration for the graphics and the sound design, actually for me what is the best part of the art is the music. The soundtrack is just absolutely hauntingly beautiful. It just conveys that sense of despair and hope so well, and it's really a soundtrack. It's one of the few soundtracks of game to which I still listen to when not playing the game. Weaknesses. So what does this game not do right? I would say there is 2 things that it doesn't get right. One is its length, obviously. So the game it took me 3 hours to finish, and as I said, it's not very difficult, but the game is actually quite replayable, and it's because the story, just like in a movie that you want to rewatch and rewatch, the story in this game is just beautiful. It's not about the gameplay, it's not about the puzzles, it's not about the enemies, it's about the personal growth of the two brothers, their relationship, and their personalities, and it's just touchingly fantastic, and that doesn't change. Each time you replay it, you experience it over and over again, and to be honest, it's the 3rd time I was replaying it for this review, and I still found it just as beautiful as I found it the first time. The second weakness of this game, I would say, is the gameplay. I don't need it, but I can see that gamers who actually enjoy games for jumping like in Mario and not for the story, not for this personal growth, I don't think this is the game for them. I don't think somebody who wants to actually play a hard, challenging game that he would enjoy this game. This game is really about just a personal journey, and it's really a bit one of those games, what you invest in it is what you get out of it. In conclusion, would I recommend this game? Yes, I would highly recommend this game, and this game is just excellent, so from me it gets an 8.5 out of 10. There will be also a second video produced discussing the last 3 chapters and specifically the ending with spoilers, so look out for that. Thanks for watching.